Yeah, back in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Was good.
All right, this episode is sponsored by Good Enough, the virtual conference. Now, check out how I spell that. Good, one word, second word, enough, E-N-U-F. The virtual concert is going down Tuesday, June 15th. Make sure that you go ahead and get some tickets. Check out the merch. You can go to legend.tv/good enough. So basically what this concert is going to do is it's going to bring awareness to resources for mental health. So we want to make sure that that's something that we support. Trackstarz has always been an advocate for mental health issues in our community and all throughout the world. So make sure you support it too. Good Enough, the virtual concert this week. And so when you purchase your tickets, you get it live, but you'll also be able to watch it on demand, and then you'll also get access to Good Enough session 1. So this is session 2 coming up, and then we got session 3 on the way. All
right. So for the last few weeks, almost to a month, we've had a bunch of guests, and we've covered a lot of other people's things, but I kind of wanted to take today to talk about my guys here. Talk to my guys here, find out how they doing. Guests are cool and love what everybody's doing, but this is to me most fun when we're just sharing our heart about what we're really dealing with in life. So I'm gonna start light and talk about what Jeremiah's been dealing with. He is shooting a film right now, just came back from rehearsals. Jeremiah's making a movie, y'all. That's crazy. So I just want to kind of talk to him about the process of making a film, writing it, some of his inspirations, like because he's making like what you would call a black comedy drama type thing. So what were some of his inspirations? What's his favorite black comedies? And just kind of get a behind the scenes look in while it's happening. How you doing, Jeremiah?
Good, man. Yeah, man, it's really been just an amazing experience. Like, honestly, Maya is the director of it, and I'm her second director, kind of like AD, assistant director. So it's just like we just going over the lines with people and talking and seeing how people get it. And it's just amazing how we're working with legit actors here, and they're on that come up. So it's we give them the script a couple months ago, and now they off the script and they just doing their thing. You know what I mean? So we're just excited about that. When we first wrote it, basically it's called The Dress. You know what I mean? And it's basically just using that stereotype of, the stereotype they always say well, the black man got to make it in Hollywood. You got to put on that dress. He'll succeed. You know what I'm saying? And we just kind of played off that. We actually wrote this 4 to 5 years ago. And my wife was like, we got to shoot this. Something has to happen. We got to shoot this because we got another one coming. And that one is a 3-part movie thing. And it's going to be a thriller, horror, Christian thriller horror movie with a black dude doing his thing in that joint. Almost on some Jason, Freddy type stuff. And I ain't gonna tell you the name of that, but we got that. We're working on that one too. But this one, we wanted to start off small because we never did a film period. So we just say, hey, let's start off small. And we're excited about that. And it's so funny. It's we cast it a couple of months ago and different things. We started talking to people and trying to find people and stuff. But the month of June happened, and then all of a sudden, foolishness just starts happening. You know what I'm saying? You start seeing people hey, this happened, so you can't use this location, or hey, I'm booked, I can't do it no more, so now you got to recast. And it's wow, so you really feeling the effects of it, you know what I'm saying? And you really feeling it, you're really starting to feel it, So is a trailer coming? Of course, yeah, we got a trailer coming. But we're still working on it. So at the same time, we're still doing, like Sean said earlier, the auditions and honestly, we're still casting for certain smaller roles and stuff. But the overall thing is we're shooting it the last week of June. Sean is a part of it. You know what I'm saying? He's the director of photography, and yesterday. Like, and Sean, you ain't telling people the good news. We met up yesterday.
Oh yeah, I ain't seen Jeremiah in a year and a half, and I finally saw him. I didn't even realize it's been a year and a half because I see him every week on this. He was like, "Oh, I ain't seen you in a long time." I was like, "What? Oh, I guess so."
So, and then him, my sister.
I'll just say this. I kept saying this. His family was there, so it was Maya, his sister. Everybody looked good. Everybody looked so good. After a year not seeing everybody, it was really, really good to see. I've seen Ryan a couple times during the pandemic, but I haven't seen Jeremiah in a year and a half. That's crazy.
Yeah. So,
I haven't seen Jeremiah in a year and a half.
Yeah. So I mean, like it's one of those things where it's like seeing everybody. And we was on a set yesterday. We was on a set where we were gonna shoot at, and just Sean's expertise just started shining. Like, hey man, so what do you think about this? Him and Will Smith, he actually has something going on. Not the actor Will Smith, but the Will Smith. He's been on our show before, and it's just coming together, man.
You got his shirt on.
Yeah. Legacy AD, a good comic book. If you out there, comic book fans. So it's been going good, and it's one of those things where it's like, I'll tell this to anybody. Anything you're going to do for God, or anything God's put in your heart to do, just expect the pushback to happen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And sometimes I feel like it's not even just the enemy, because the enemy is going to throw stuff your way. But sometimes I think it's God to show you, like, are you really serious about this? Because at the end of the day, you may not have the stuff you need, and it's like, we're going to shoot on this day regardless, right? So now we have to find, like, we have an opening scene that's kind of like a Friends opening scene, right? So now we're looking for Caucasian actors for this scene, right? So we're still looking for people to fill this scene, but we're going to still shoot it regardless come in the last Friday or the last Saturday of the month. Yeah. So now it's time to understand, like, regardless of the obstacles, God is going to give us the strength to get this done, period. You know what I mean? So I'll say that about what's going on with us, man. And just like understanding it, like, wow, you know what I mean? And then also having an idea of like, okay, so even after we shoot it, we got to edit it. After all that, what's the next steps after that? You know what I mean? We want to get it into some festivals. We want to actually try to put it in some competitions. We want to, anything short films, we're going to try to put it in, man. So yeah, man, we're that's where we are right now, man. So I'm very excited, and God has been gracious and everything. So yeah, man.
Dope.
Chris got his mojo back.
you know, Jeremiah, in this camera lighting, man, you can cast me as one of those Caucasian actors.
Yeah, both of us.
I look like Dave Chappelle and Martin when they play the white actors. Bob from accounting.
Yeah, man. So yeah, that's dope. I want to talk about some of your influences for this. Like, what inspired you to make this, and what are some of the comedies you've seen in the past that you grew up with that may have kind of like gone into the behind the scenes on this?
I would say, like, what made us write it was just that stereotype. Like you can, like, right now you can go on YouTube and there's a documentary called Address, and they basically got a bunch of people, bunch of actors, black actors and all this, talking about the exact same thing. You know what I mean? So it just I was like, a couple years ago, it was just like, man, that would be pretty good if somebody did something like this and just see the turmoil. I think because the public always think like, and I guess the conspiracy J side of me is always like, see, that's how they succeeded. But you don't never see that actor, like, that weighs on an actor. Like, and I would say shout out to Rick, because Rick is the main person in this. Rick Sincere, MTV Sports. If you in live for Mike 6. You see the weight of it on every scene. You see his weight of an actor, like, man, this is a heavy thing. You know what I mean? And then for some other races may be like, man, that's not a big thing. It's just acting. I'm just acting, and it's not what it is. But I think for some black actors, they're really, especially men, is like, right now at this time, is like, man, this is a heavy situation. You know what I mean? This is a heavy thing that I really want to be an actor, but also I don't want to have to put on a dress. And then some other people like, well, I'm an actor, so I play all types of roles, and I'm gonna do what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So We actually don't have a GoFundMe, but I'll talk to Maya about that.
That
That would be
been a
great.
good idea.
Yeah, man.
That might help you
Yeah,
get
I mean,
across the finish line.
yeah, we could still do that. Maya probably watching. I don't know if she's in the comments, but we could do that. We could do a GoFundMe
So
and
Jeremiah,
put it up there. Yes.
are you telling me you got my frat brother to put on a dress?
No, no, no.
Okay,
He's
good.
not. He's not. He's not.
Good.
No, okay.
We got
So
a stereotype about us already. We don't need that smoke.
but no, the premise is the dress is in his dressing room, and they bring it into him after a scene of his show, and then he's got to go home the weekend, huh?
Are you able to talk about this? We're not doing any spoilers.
Yeah,
are we?
you smelling the crap out of it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I'm not telling. I'm not telling the ending. So that
I don't want Maya to
but this
blame
is
me
the
for
Simpsons.
asking the question. So
Yeah, so this is just like
My name,
the synopsis. You know what I'm saying? But he just has to make a decision, and he listens to everybody in his family, friends, girl, or everybody like giving him advice about it, and then he makes a decision at the end. So, yeah, man.
That's awesome, man. So talk about like what are your top 5 favorite
Drama comedies.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of The Other Guys. I know it has nothing to do with this, but
The Other Guys?
The Other Guys.
What was
Yeah, with Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell.
That 70s movie?
No, it's a movie.
Oh, it's like a cop movie.
Cop movie, yeah.
Yeah.
That movie is one of my favorite movies. That's just hysterically for me.
Oh yeah. I saw that movie.
I would say more for this type. Of course, Friday. I was just trying to think of some more movies of black comedy movies that I really enjoy.
Did you ever watch? Like, what about the Wayans brothers stuff? Because their stuff is kind of like that.
Yeah, like honestly, this is like one of our first scene one reminds me of an episode on the Wayans brothers when Marlon started working on that show. So it always got my idea from that almost that scene a little bit. Yeah, some of their stuff, but some of their stuff is more spoof comedy. It's not like a drama comedy type stuff. So like a barbershop would be good too.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think of other stuff that comes to mind. My mind is slipping me right now, but just a lot of stuff. I mean, I think for me it's more television shows. You know what I mean? Like the Fresh Prince, like Martin, just like those comedies, like a Cosby Show, yeah. But so just all those comedies back in the day that you can see that was funny and stuff. Because honestly, it's moments in it that it's funny, but in some moments, like even today where we was doing some scenes and stuff and going over rehearsal, like it was real like dramatic moments in it, and I was like, wow, like it's very like dramatic in certain parts, and then it's so funny in some other parts. So it's good, man. It's good, man. It would be a blessing to see what God do with it, man. Because I mean I don't know, you know what I'm saying, like. We don't know, like this is new water for us, you know what I'm saying? And I think all of us, honestly, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, what's a success for us, you know what I mean, is a success for us, you know what I'm saying? So if this goes well, then when Sean drops a movie, because I know he got a lot of movies in him or whatever, you know what I'm saying, that helps us. And honestly, I thought about it like, if this does do something incredible, then it brings us into a whole different atmosphere when it comes to movies,
Yeah, like I told Jeremiah, I was like, I'm glad that they jumped out the window on this, because this is the type of experience we need to get to that next place. There's a lot of people who would love to get on, Hollywood production staffs and all that, but usually you kind of pick people you're familiar with and that and you've worked with before. So this is our chance to build that from the ground up and build crews and people we know. Oh, we know that lighting guy is really good. We know this sound guy is really good. We know such and such is really good. And you just work with them and you kind of get better. And that way you don't have to try and break into somebody else's thing. You can build your own team that does movie after movie after movie, and you guys just get into a rhythm. So this is awesome, man.
Yeah, man.
So,
and
Jeremiah, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you discredit the black comedians for putting on the dress? In your
what's so funny?
What?
Sounds
What'd
like
you say?
yes.
No, well, I what's so funny? After
Because all the top ones have done it, except for probably Dave Chappelle. I probably say he's the only one I haven't seen do that.
And Cat Williams said he didn't either.
Because Will has done it.
Yeah, Will Smith.
Will.
Well, I don't think Will Smith. I never seen Will Smith put on a dress.
He did it. He did it in one of the Fresh Prince episodes. I think he dressed up like a grandmother. Do y'all remember that?
No, I don't remember that.
Okay. I think I remember. I could be
I
wrong.
know Chris Rock did it. Chris Rock was on his show in a dress.
Maybe he dressed up as an old man. Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, I've seen him there before.
Chris Rock. You've seen. Well, I mean, he's not really a big comedian, but you've seen, Steve Urkel do it.
Yeah,
Eddie Murphy do it.
He
Martin
has an
Lawrence.
interesting story saying like, it's a video of him. I think he did one of those TV Ones shows, like Uncensored or something, and he talked about him being Myrtle Urkel and how he felt like a girl in that dress. Like he was like, it feels like a woman. You feel like a woman in that dress. And he was like his father was very like making him feel a certain way. Like his father was like going at the cast because some of the cast members was like, yo, don't do this, don't blah, blah, blah. So, but I'll say this, this process has made me think like, I don't think you're wrong for doing it, but I understand if you don't do it. You get what I'm saying? Like, because I feel like different people have different things. Like I've seen Tyler Perry talk about this on T.I.'s podcast, right? And he's just saying, he was like, I'm an actor, man. He's like, honestly, I hate Madea. I don't want to do Madea, but y'all like Madea. So it's like, it's almost like, it's like Chick-fil-A stopped doing chicken sandwich because, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So, but I mean, that was his reasoning. Like, he was like, I'm an actor. I act. I'm not just doing this one role all the time, but people like it. It makes the most money. So for me to stop doing it would be like, because of somebody's opinion, because I'm acting. I'm not like after the set, like I'm driving around like Madea, you know what I mean? So,
I will say your movie is pretty fair. It's not like it's attacking any one side of this.
Yeah.
Do you really believe this is a thing? I didn't see the documentary you saw. You really think people are plotting to put like this is an intentional thing, or do you think this is just Eddie Murphy wanted to do that, or so and so Martin wanted to do that?
I think I don't know. I'll say early on, I felt like it was just funny because I think back in the day, even like when we were kids watching Bugs Bunny and he dressed up as a girl and gets Elmer Fudd and we were laughing at that, right? I think early on it was like, oh, this is hilarious. But I think now, since we're like very hypersensitive and we're very like pro-black right now in our community, I feel like it's more like, bro, don't do that. Like
I feel like when Martin did Shanae and Martin did his mother, it was genius.
Yeah.
It was genius. Like Shanae was a genius character.
Yeah.
But then Martin let us know how he could take it to the next level with Jerome and Elroy and he did a great job. So I still think Martin Lawrence, I think he's the GOAT. I think he's the GOAT of
impressions and stuff.
Comedy impressions and our era. I think he's the GOAT. I mean, I can't think of anybody else. I mean, him and Dave Chappelle, the skits, the stand-up, they got it all. The acting, they have it down packed. So I feel like now, only thing I say about Dave Chappelle is I didn't appreciate all the movies that he did. Because he did like Half Baked, right? And I was like, I'm not into that at all. But I did enjoy Blue Streak with him and Martin. I thought that was good.
He has a story on that when
and
he did
Reggie
with Oprah.
when he was on Nutty Professor, when he was Reggie on
Oh
Nutty
yeah.
Professor.
He has a story about that on the Blue Streak movie where they were trying to dress him out and address just to get him out of a situation, and he was like, nope. And they kept bringing people back to him, and then they finally just like, okay, that's not gonna happen. So it's like sometimes, So it's just like, to me, I feel like it depends on the person. If the person is like, man, I'm a comedian actor, and I just think it's hilarious, and we're just gonna get it, and I'm not like trying to do this, but for each his own.
Couple things. Prophet was like, white actors do this too, like Mrs. Doubtfire. There's other. So
Tootsie. Yeah.
Are you sure this is a black thing, or is it just how much of this is really centered around homophobia, right? It's funny to see a guy dressed as a girl, because it's funny, and the backlash. Is it possible that your film may come off as homophobic too, like commenting on what's wrong with it, that may be the reaction to it too. So this is an interesting topic you're touching on here in Hollywood, because I don't know how people are going to react to it. Are they going to think you're being mean? Are they going to think you're downgrading the LGBT community? Do you care? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I don't think so.
This is a practice interview because if this blows up, this is coming your way, bro.
I know. I don't think so. I think when you watch it, like I don't think so. I don't think it's like a homophobic movie. I think the good thing about it is it's different perspectives from his people that he loves. Like you know how if somebody in our group has to make a big decision, right? So most likely we're going to talk to our wives, we're going to talk to each other, we're going to talk to even our people in our universe. We're going to get people's opinions and weigh it out and make a decision by it, right? So with the main character, it's like he's weighing the decision. He's weighing a decision of a peer actor that did put on a dress and he popping, right? Then he's weighing a decision of his girlfriend who's like an IG model and she popping and she's doing stuff for their relationship and vice versa. You know what I mean? So it's different things. And then also it's his best friend who he got that crazy best friend that's like, bruh, no, don't do it. So don't do it, bro.
That best friend is you, right?
No, I ain't the best friend.
That best friend is you. Like
no, it's not me.
How you talk.
No, that's not me. You know what I mean? So it's those dynamics of I think what you said earlier, like actually after you read the script, you was like, man, this is pretty fair. It's not fair, like it's not like we throwing out nothing against anybody. You know what I'm saying? It's just breaking that stereotype. Like we're looking at it like this is something that people are saying is true. And then you have is it really true? Like, do people's lives change? Is any black actors' life change after putting on a dress? Like we talked about Steve Urkel, right? We talked about Jaleel White. Has his life changed after being Murder Urkel?
No.
Okay, so that's like
held to the character. He can't get out of Steve Urkel.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they later on he did it again. Like when he did it when he was like really young, then later on when they was like years later, they did it again. But nothing happened. Like his career was like nobody was like, yo, Jaleel White went out of here because of that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, so childhood actors struggle with something totally different. They get pigeonholed to their roles. I mean, he can't seem to get out of that role. Like every time you see him act, you hear, I mean, especially when he came out as Stefan Urkel. Now you just know him as you don't hear Jaleel White as Stefan Urkel. He's not really Jaleel White anymore because the voice.
Stefan Urkel, yeah, you're right.
Whatever. But I'm saying like childhood actors, they get pigeonholed. Like look at Kevin McAllister. Like you mean what's his name? Macaulay Culkin. He's always gonna be Kevin McAllister to most people. His acting career didn't really take off too far after that age group. He did like Richie Rich and what's the other one? My Girl. But after that, it was almost like as you get older, it messes with you, just because you have a pigeonhole. So I think Urkel might be pigeonholed to something like that, and some other actors may be pigeonholed to it. But the versatility of a Martin Lawrence and a Eddie Murphy, when you can go and do Life, and then you can go and do a serious movie like Trading Places and stuff like that, you become somebody totally different. Even look at Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington can pretty much do anything he wants to do in Hollywood. So I think you kind of just earn your place, and then from there you just keep moving.
So Jeremiah, I gave you one side of the conversation. When you get to conservative media, they're gonna say you're not going hard enough. Like our boy Dylan in the chat would be like,
"Oh yeah, he's going in.
You're not going hard enough. You need to be. This needs to be like you need to be destroying this. Like, why aren't you? Like, what do you think?"
My thing is the discussion, man. I'm big on discussion, and I think one thing I love about our show is we always have those tough discussions that we have, and have that talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to give the end away. I want people to once we drop it and see and stuff like. Because I feel like the discussion is something where you have a conversation with some people, you know what I'm saying? And have those real conversations and have that talk that you want to have about this situation. Maybe it is a conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's not true. Maybe it is true. You know what I'm saying? So let's have that real discussion, and really out of that discussion, have a conclusion of it versus just assuming stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because we worked on a role, we worked on a scene today, and when one of the characters was telling him like, you worked hard. God is gonna get you where you are because you working hard at your craft. You get what I'm saying? Like we discount God and you working hard at your craft. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's some stuff along the road in your journey that people help you and like they may give you money or help you fund something. But at the same time, it's like some of these things is like you work on your craft to get better and better and better. And when you like using Denzel as an example, Denzel never put on a dress that we know of, but he worked so hard to go from each role. He works hard to get to where he is.
He's in a totally different genre
category.
No, I know, but what I'm just saying, I'm just using him as an example as an actor in general. That he goes from he was a doctor on St. Elsewhere. Mm-hmm. He was in roles on Hollywood. He was on role on Broadway in the 80s and stuff like that. And then he got into the acting and mainstream, and then he was a slave. He was different things that his role, he took his craft serious to the point that even if I ain't gonna say he did or nothing, but it's just that I feel like certain people take their role so serious and they take their craft serious to learn it and then to study it and then get better and better and better and better. I think we always think it's something like a conspiracy theory so that person got there, or like Michael Che. I don't know. Have y'all seen his show?
Yeah, Michael Che.
Okay.
Show, no.
Okay, his show's on HBO Max, and he has something like kind of about this and talking about like if you pop in as a black actor, you did some type of gay role, or you did something gay to further your career. And for some other people, it could be like, nah, I ain't even go to none of these parties y'all be talking about, or I just went, killed my role, went to another level in that role, and that was
Parties
it.
are real though.
Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah, that's. Yeah,
but so let me ask you this question, Jeremiah. Would you defend someone saying that the argument could be that you don't make it until you put on a dress? Because look at Jamie Foxx, right?
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx was Wanda on In Living Color, and then from there, Jamie Foxx was a household name.
Yeah, but
so,
but
that's a sketch comedy show.
That wasn't because he was Wanda.
It wasn't because he was Wanda. But I'm saying like his career didn't go backwards from that point. His career jumped forward. Like that was.
Yeah.
So, do you think that there's an argument for those comedians? With those comedians, if you interviewed them, tell you like, yo, I put on a dress and I became one of the top actors, one of the top what's because it shows my versatility as an actor. Yeah,
and that's what I was about to say. So, was that because he put on a dress? And because remember, think about it. We're not talking about right now. We're talking about the 90s. In the 90s, we had people like you said, Shanae. We had Wanda. We had these people that we just thought was in a sketch comedy show and in a sitcom was hilarious because you pulled it off. At moments, you don't even think Martin is Shanae. At moments, sometimes you don't think Wanda is Jamie Foxx. You get what I'm saying? Like, so those things is one of those things that you have. We discount people playing roles versus just like conspiracy theory. You know what I'm saying? And like I understand what Dylan is talking about the whole. It talks about in scripture that don't put on the woman's garment. You know what I mean? As a man, you shouldn't put on a woman's garment and stuff and everything. So I understand where he's coming from, but I'm just talking about from a perspective of an actor. If an actor says, "Hey, I'm not willing to do that," I don't think he should get typecast. That's just me personally. You know what I'm saying? And then vice versa. Like you shouldn't throw somebody out because they did decide to do that.
I think it's
as an actor.
I think it's more so anytime you are an actor and you push back at anything, they put you in a category of this person's difficult. They're not down. They're not down. Yeah. You know. So that's probably what it is more so. Is hey, if you want to do a sex scene? No. Do you want to curse? No. Do you want to do? You're just putting yourself in a smaller and smaller box of opportunities, and I think that's more the challenge for Christians is. Are you willing to stand up for your morals? Are there roles you would do and just say, hey, I'm just an actor. I don't care what it is I say and doing this role. Those are the things you got to – being a Christian actor is probably – we talk about Christian rappers all the time. That's hard enough. A Christian actor? Yeah. That's a whole nother show.
But honestly, I think we have more actors that's happen to be Christians than we have Christians.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's just some people feel like – Like it's what I do on screen is totally different than who I am off screen. And I mean, we've met people like that before. So I mean, if you meet them in real life and they're like, man, that person's nice, that person praying with you, know the word of God, know everything, and really like, but when they get in front of that camera, they become that character that they were paid to play. You know what I'm saying? And then if we want to go like biblical about it, of course, acting back in the day was like considered hypocrites. You know what I mean? Like the word hypocrite come from like acting and stuff like that. So I mean, it's so many levels to this. But I just think sometimes we take it to heart that we discounts people's hard work at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Because if Trackstarz blow up, right? We've been doing this for like 15 plus years. If we just get on a radio station, somebody like, so who did Ryan have to get with to this?
Why you gotta start with my name? Why?
You got the waves. You got the waves. You got the waves that people like. So that's what I'm saying. So I'm just saying that those rumors happen because, oh, she just got on because she a singer. It's like, well, she is a singer, but at the same time, she may be a good personality. You know what I mean? So I think that's just one of those things that we gotta stop doing. Stop discrediting God's opening door for people and then discrediting people's hard work they put in just because they did something that you wouldn't do, but you struggling because you just felt like you didn't want to do it. It's consequences to everything, every decision you make, good or bad. So, yeah. So and next time I get interviewed like this, Maya probably would be with me. So
yeah, I was gonna say,
be like, babe, I got it.
To clear up what Jeremiah just said, if Trackstarz goes anywhere, people gonna only be able to ask the question, "Who did Ryan pay?" Not gonna be anything about no other stuff. So Jeremiah starting off using my name. Why you call out Sean's name? Why you start with Sean? Trackstarz blow up, and it gonna be his. Good.
But you the person that's gonna talk to the people. They're gonna invite you to the party more than Sean and myself.
Okay, see, stop talking about parties, man. Stop talking about parties. This is getting bad.
You've been to some parties, Ryan. You know.
What? No, I haven't.
Anyway.
Y'all gonna make my wife knock on the door and be like, we need to have a conversation about your previous life.
We've talked about the parties we've been to, Ryan. We've talked about that on here.
Birthday bash.
No.
Meet and greets.
No. So we've talked about this. You know.
Pause.
You know what I'm talking about.
You're in the field with the Trackstarz. Ryan Rice, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let go.
All right, y'all. Let's get out.